Imagine looking up in the sky and instead of seeing an eagle or a seagull, there's a massive shadow overhead, a flying giant way bigger than a plane. Today, we are exploring the 5 largest known flying animals that ever lived. These creatures didn't just fly, they ruled the skies. Smash the like button and subscribe to Pinnacle 5. Your support means the world to us. Ready to meet some prehistoric legends? Let's get started. Number 1. Ketza Katlas, the ruler of the skies. First up, we've got Ketza Katlas. This was the biggest known flying animal ever, standing as tall as a giraffe and with a wingspan stretching up to 36 feet. That's the length of a city bus flying over your head. But here's a question. How do you think something this massive even got off the ground? Well, it used its long, powerful legs, launching itself into the air before catching wind currents. Some scientists even think it could have flown non-stop for days. Imagine spotting that from your window. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Ketza Katlas could probably swallow smaller dinosaurs whole. Talk about a terrifying neighbor in the late Cretaceous. Number 2. Hatzagoter Rex, the mysterious giant. Now, if Ketza Katlas sounded scary, wait until you meet its cousin, Hatzagoter Rex. This guy had a wingspan up to 40 feet, but what makes it really terrifying is the thick neck and the massive skull, making it look like something straight out of a nightmare. Here's where it gets even crazier. Hatzagoter Rex lived on an island called Hatag, what's now known as Romania. Scientists believe that being isolated there made it evolve to become even fiercer, using its huge beak to snap up prey like it was a big flying dinosaur vacuum cleaner. But wait, have you heard of a place called Transylvania? Yup, that's right, this flying beast roamed the same lands that would later become famous for Dracula. Pretty spooky, huh? Number 3. Argentavis Magnificent, the giant bird of Argentina. Let's move forward in time, about 6 million years ago, to meet Argentavis Magnificent, with a wingspan up to 23 feet. This bird was like an eagle on steroids, flying over what is now Argentina. Picture it flying above the Andes Mountains, wings so wide they hardly needed to flap. Instead of flapping, Argentavis was more of a glider, riding warm air currents that kept it in the sky for hours and maybe even days. Oh, and here's something wild. This bird may have weighed over 150 pounds, but it still flew like a boss. And what did it eat? Mostly small mammals. It wasn't much of a fighter. Argentavis was more of a scavenger, patiently waiting for food instead of fighting for it. A bird with a laid-back attitude. I like it. Number 4. Pelagorus Sandery, the bony-toothed seafarer. Next up, we've got Pelagorus Sandery, the largest seabird that ever lived, with a wingspan over 24 feet. That's bigger than a school bus. But here's what makes the Pelagorus unique. It had bony spikes in its beak that looked like teeth. Those tooth-like spikes were perfect for catching slippery fish. Talk about evolution getting creative. Imagine you're out sailing, minding your own business, and suddenly this massive bird dive bombs into the ocean, scooping up fish with its toothy beak. Pelagorus must have been a sight to behold. Number 5. Tanodon, the icon of prehistoric skies. Last but not least, meet Tanodon, the rock star of flying reptiles. Here's a cool fact. That big crest might have helped Tanodon steer like a built-in GPS for the skies, and its bones hollow and super light, making it easy to soar high and far. How did it hunt? Imagine it like a giant pelican, skimming the water's surface and snapping up fish with its sharp beak. And here's a fun twist. Tanodon wasn't actually a dinosaur. It was a pterosaur, a flying reptile, kind of like the dinosaur's cooler, sky-loving cousin. So there you have it. 5 of the largest flying animals to ever roam the skies. Each one of them an incredible force of nature. Giants with wings, rulers of the skies, and proof that reality often outdoes imagination. If you could witness one of these flying wonders, which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, until next time, and let your imagination soar.